Well, I almost had this done, and then I thought, this might make a decent video. So I'm working on my dad's 82 short wide square body here. So when I went down and borrowed this the other day, it has a few little issues. I had to put a module in the HEI, an ignition module. Also had to fix a really bad transmission fluid leak that was leaking at the speedometer housing. I'll do a video on that here in a second. I've already fixed it, but I'll run you through what I did. In case somebody else has a turbo 350 transmission and they got a leak back there, you'll know how to fix it. Some guys know this stuff, you know, but anyway, the other thing this thing has is a really hard brake pedal. It's not super really stiff pedal, but it is pretty firm. Usually when you get a really hard pedal on a truck like this or a G-body or something with power brakes, you get a really rock hard pedal. You know, the brakes will obviously still work, but it's just really hard to push in on the brake pedal. So what I did was I pulled the check ball valve off the front of this that the hose goes to for vacuum, and I made sure the check ball wasn't stuck closed or stuck open or something, and it's working, it's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the brake fluid out. Kind of just the quick and easy way. I don't have anybody here to help me, you know, crack the bleeders loose and pump up the brakes and all that. I have a vacuum pump, but that thing is a pain in the butt, and it's cold out here, and I got arthritis in my hands, and I don't feel like jacking with it. So I'm going to do it the quick and easy way, which is taking a turkey baster, and I'm going to suck all the fluid out of the master cylinder. Now, in the bottom of these master cylinders, they have a deep little cup down in the bottom of them. So I pull all the fluid out except what's in that bottom port of that cup, you know. That way the fluid doesn't get air in it, or the system doesn't get air in it. And anyway, I'll just top it right back off with fresh fluid. And then after you drive the vehicle for a little bit, it'll end up mixing together again. It's like changing your oil in your car. You're not going to get all of it out that's in the engine. You're just going to get what's in the pan out of it. So it eventually mixes. So it would be a good idea to go back after a few weeks and do this once again. Now this truck has got DOT3 brake fluid in it, and that's what I'm putting back in it. But the reason that you would need to change your brake fluid out is I asked my dad about this, and he doesn't know when it's ever been changed. Now obviously it's probably not from 1982. The master cylinder actually looks pretty new, but he didn't remember how old it was, so I don't know how old this is. Brake fluid, like conventional brake fluid, like DOT3 will say, draws 2% of moisture every year into the system. So if you add up a decade or two on there, you know, it's going to have a lot of water in it, which can cause a little bit firm of a pedal. So what I'm going to do is change this, and then hopefully I'm hoping to make the brake fluid or brake pedal feel better. It's probably not, but I'm hoping. Anyway, I'm going to change it anyway. Now I will tell you, if you buy DOT5 brake fluid, which is usually really expensive stuff, it does not hurt paint. So if you pour it on your car, or you know, spill it by accident in your detailed engine bay, it won't hurt your paint job. That's what I have in my hardtop. It's actually my first time using it. I didn't even know that that existed, but it's supposed to be better. It'll take a little bit more heat, and I don't think it gets moisture in it because it's synthetic, but I'm not 100% on the moisture part. But anyway, when I do my wife's four-door and get it ready, I'm going to put DOT5 in it as well. I'm just going to try to get away from using DOT3. Now you can't mix them, so don't be topping that off with DOT5 if there's 3 in the blinds. So I have some DOT3 here, and I'm going to change it out. Now if you've got a brake fluid bottle that you opened 10 years ago and it's still in your cabinet, don't use it. You need to throw it away. Go get a new one, because it draws moisture. Once that seal's cracked, it will draw moisture into the can, just like the master cylinder. So anyway, I'm almost got done with this before I realized I better do that. Now what I got done is I laid a towel in here, a pretty big towel, to catch anything that might drip on his inner fender or something. And I've got an old oil jug in here that when I changed the oil, I had the empty jug here. So, well, it's not empty. It's got a little bit of the old oil in it. Well, I'll tell you, the bottom of this master cylinder is nasty. It's got like gunk in it. So I'm going to clean all that out. And again, I'm not pulling all the fluid out of the cup down in here, because if you do, you're going to have air in your system. Yeah, it's getting grittier and nastier the further I get in down here. Golly, I can't believe that. This stuff is gross. I'll just show you what's in the bottom of this master. Why it's a good idea to change your master or your brake fluid. See that black on my finger? It's nasty. Nasty, nasty. Look at that. That is just disgusting, man. Just throw that in the trash. I gotta see if I can remember what I did with my other towel. I don't know what I did with it. All right. That's what color your fluid's supposed to be. Not black. You also want to clean off your little rubber topper. All right, after driving the truck for a little bit, it'll kind of circulate back and forth, you know, when the fluid goes in and comes back up. So over time, it'll end up circulating and flushing out a little bit, and then probably need to do it again.